All right, good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
All right, everyone. So for today's session, we'll be going through HR greatness, right? So today we'll have Miss Shanice Jones with us, and she is the CEO of SJ Business and More. Now, Miss Jones is the CEO of SJ Business and More, and she's a passionate leader with 6 years of experience, specializing in human resource, customer service, and business development. Now, she has a proven track record of offering business support services and maintaining these business relationships over the years. She's adept in identifying opportunities to enhance business island-wide. Shanice has also been a member of the Young Entrepreneurs Association of Jamaica since 2020. The association offers mentorship, coaching, and training to entrepreneurs worldwide, and she also continues to give back to her community through volunteering and philanthropy. You can visit her business pages on Facebook, Instagram, or her website for various services that she currently offers. Right? So we'll just ask you guys to just make a warm welcome for Miss Shanice Jones as she shares her insight and information which will prove nothing less than useful.
So today I'll be presenting on the strategic importance of human resource management in business success. And everyone is seeing the screen. Can I just see a thumbs up if you are? Or if not, you can comment in the chat. Okay, awesome. So the learning objectives for today, hopefully after this presentation, you should be able to tell what is human resource management, its purpose, and why it is important. To identify key reasons why HR is essential to business success. How to set the right HR goals for your business, and also to consider HR strategies for long-term results and how to maintain them. So I want to share this clip also before I begin. All of your HR team largely function is centered around payroll, leave, policy making, and general. Then technology and social. Now everybody, their experiences are shared with a captive
Shanice, we're not hearing the audio. So when you click share, just click share audio as well.
Repeat for me.
We're not hearing the audio for the video, so you can just click share audio when you click share on Zoom.
Oh, hold on, let me see. Would that be advanced share setting?
No, all right. So when you click share screen, so you're going to stop sharing
Okay.
your screen and then you're going to start sharing again, and then you will see share audio as a checkbox option.
Okay, all right. Tell me if you're hearing.
Our team was largely functional.
Yes, we're here.
It was centered around payroll, leave, policy making, and training. Recruitment generally meant putting an ad in the paper and hoping for the best, or hiring a recruiter. Then things changed. Technology and social media happened, and as a result, your role as the head of HR began to evolve. Being just a brand name company was no longer enough. Because of social media, everyone knows what it's like to work in your company. They can see who works there, if you have cool company perks, what your company culture is like, and even if your office has a slide. The employer brand was born. Now every employee is an ambassador. Their experiences are shared with a captive online audience, who in turn share it with their audiences. Today, the first step of recruitment doesn't start with a job application. It starts online. The very first thing a prospective job candidate does is run a search on you. Not just your company. It's also your LinkedIn profile that they are looking at. As the head of HR, you now also need to be a brand builder and a marketer. Recruitment began to change too. Technology opened up a whole new world of talent, and not just active job seekers, but hundreds upon thousands of qualified candidates who weren't actively looking. It was a game changer. You now had direct access to talent. You no longer had to wait for the right CV to cross your desk. Your employees were also increasingly becoming a valuable source of recruitment. As ambassadors for your company, they were best placed to identify the right people to join your team. But for them to do that efficiently, you needed to give them the right tools. A strong employer brand, a great company narrative, and an inspiring work environment. As the head of HR, you now also need to be a communications expert and motivator. Technology also opened up an overwhelming world of data to HR leaders. There was so much opportunity to utilize this data to improve the decision-making process, make better hires, and retain talent, all at your fingertips. You just had to make sense of it all, because you now needed to be an analyst and an insights person. Today, the role of HR in an organization is no longer functional. It is transformational. As a head of HR, you are responsible for building your employer brand so that you attract the right talent. You deliver value for your company by understanding and using data-driven insights to improve efficiencies. You hire the right talent by connecting with the right people. You are a brand builder, an analyst, a communicator, a motivator, and a collaborator. And as your partner,
Okay, so I hope that short clip was insightful. So now for us to begin, what is human resource management? Human resource management is organizing, coordinating, and managing an organization's current employees to carry out an organization's mission, vision, and goals. This includes recruiting, hiring, training, compensating, retaining, and motivating employees. The purpose of HRM seeks to recognizing the value employees bring to an organization, also known as human capital. Investing in employees and strategically supporting their needs can improve employee satisfaction and employee motivation. Employees who are well trained, competent, valued, and supported by their employers would likely have the skills and incentives necessary to carry out the organization's goals. Here are a few reasons also why HRM is so important. It can be easy to overlook HR in a small business, while many entrepreneurs get their businesses off to a start, but then they grapple with people management as the business starts to grow or flourish over the years. Regardless of skills, the value of HR in business isn't always immediately visible. With just a few employees, business leaders feel they have their finger on the pulse when it comes to the people they hire and manage. Consider consequences of poor HR when employees don't feel supported or appreciated and aren't given opportunities. They work long hours and their motivation to perform is also impacted. People culture and business success go hand in hand. Reputation as an employer is influential in attracting talent over time and also impacting its customers. Here are some key reasons why HR is essential to business success. Attracting, hiring, and retaining top talent is essential for the growth and success of any business. Building a diverse and skilled workforce is crucial for meeting the challenges of rapidly changing business environment. A team of motivated, highly skilled employees can lead to increased productivity, improved customer satisfaction, and a competitive edge in the marketplace. Another reason, building a positive business culture is essential for the success of any business. A positive culture not only improves employee morale, but it also has shown to increase productivity, reduce absenteeism and turnover, and improve customer satisfaction. By fostering a culture of trust, respect, and inclusivity, businesses can create an environment where employees feel valued and respected and to contribute their best efforts. The HR function plays a crucial role in creating and maintaining a positive and engaging workforce culture. Managing and mitigating risk is another key reason that is also essential to business success. It is a critical need for thriving businesses as it is essential for protecting the business's reputation, stability, and long-term success. The HR function plays a vital role in this process by ensuring compliance with the labor laws and regulations, identifying potential areas of liability, and implementing procedures to mitigate them. This is not only helps to protect the business from fines or lawsuits, but it also helps to maintain trust with customers, shareholders, and other stakeholders. By effectively managing and mitigating risk, businesses can ensure their long-term stability and success. Driving business strategy is also a critical need for thriving businesses. The HR function plays a critical role in this process by identifying the skills and capabilities that the business needs to achieve its goals and developing and implementing programs to acquire and develop these skills. By aligning HR initiatives with the business strategy, they can ensure that they have the right people with the right skills in the right roles to achieve their goals. This not only helps them to stay competitive in a rapidly changing business environment, but also creates a clear direction and vision for the business. Improving performance is not only essential for achieving goals and increasing efficiency, but it also has a direct impact on the bottom line. The HR function plays a critical role in driving this performance by managing and motivating employees, creating systems and processes to measure and improve performance, and providing development opportunities. Additionally, effective performance management can also help businesses identify areas for improvement and make necessary changes, allowing them to stay competitive in the long term. How to set the right set of HR goals for your business. Here we have SMART being, broken down. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, timely. Setting SMART HR goals to ensure proper accountability and keep your goals within the reach. These goals ensure that HR initiatives align with the company's mission, vision, and values. Over time, SMART HR goals can help businesses to focus on the right priorities, attract and retain top talent, enhance employee engagement, foster a productive workplace culture, grow and scale a workplace that is fit for the future. Here are some examples of SMART HR goals: reducing employee turnover. High employee turnover is arguably one of the most detrimental people problems any business can face. Turnovers lead to increased recruitment, onboarding, training costs, loss of institutional knowledge, and decreased morale among the remaining staff. Implementing flexible work arrangements, competitive pay policies, and fostering a positive culture are vital strategies for reducing employee turnover and maintaining a stable and engaged workforce. Another example, recruiting and onboarding. Efficient recruiting and onboarding processes have several benefits. First and foremost, they can reduce hiring costs while ensuring your organizations quickly fill vacancies. All of this helps to maintain productivity while preventing disruptions in operations. An effective hiring process also enhances the candidate and onboarding experience. Finally, efficient hiring enhances the organization's reputation among employees and potential candidates. Increasing employee engagement. Engaged employees are vital for any successful business. Disengaged employees, however, are unhappy at work and harbor resentment while acting out on their unhappiness. This can lead to a down trickle effect, impacting everything from team morale to turnover, productivity, and more. At the end of the day, focusing on increasing engagement can impact all the other goals on this list, making it a must-have goal for any organization. Here now we speak to HR strategies. These are processes and methods that HR specialists create and implement to enhance employee performance and align their team efforts with the company's objectives and missions. So in simple terms, you could say that these strategies are a mechanism that's deployed to keep staff and promote a company's success. Here are some steps also to aid with the HR strategy to define your vision. What this means is one of the ways many companies differentiate themselves from the competition is by expressing a unique vision statement, which may serve as a declaration of what the company aspires to achieve and to become in the future. For example, we have Apple's vision, who is to make the best products on earth and to leave the world better than they found it. Likewise, think of one or two sentences that would resonate with what you hope your approach to HR management can and should achieve. Step 2, outline your goals. Once you've defined your HR vision, which for example could sound like fostering a culture of support and innovation, divide it into objectives. How do you plan to bring your vision to life? What checkboxes must your team tick in order to do so? That's how you'll arrive at specific goals. Step 3, conduct a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis means looking closely at internal and external factors to evaluate a company's competitive positioning. These factors include its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. By analyzing each of these, that you can harness your findings to carry out your strategic planning. So there are 12 months in a year. You can do like quarterly, follow-ups with yourself if you're a sole trader or within the company, if you have other executives, what didn't work, what worked, what needs to tighten up, that kind of thing. Conduct a gap analysis. A gap analysis entails comparing your business's current performance with your desired performance, but by identifying how far off your output is from what you need it to be. You can uncover important information in terms of where your resources, capital, and tools are being underutilized. Only then you can remedy this. Step 5, rely on analytics. HR strategies shouldn't rely solely on having a gut feeling about what could boost or should boost employee engagement, satisfaction, and productivity. So, most companies, they might have pizza Tuesdays or, games day, games night, that type of thing. So that may not solve the short-term problems, but it may put a smile on people's faces momentarily. But in the long term, if it isn't going to solve your problem, you need to come up with an action plan. So therefore, you need to start looking at the numbers. Let's look at some examples of HR strategies that are working in the 2024 era. Employee upskilling programs. Upskilling your employees can be a great way to show them that you're happy to invest in them And when you do that, the likelier they are to invest back. One of the first steps to creating an effective upskilling program is to identify what workplace skills are bound to become necessary in your industry in coming years. These could be technical skills like AI skills or soft skills like empathy. The more prepared your employees are to adapt to the future workplace, the faster you can utilize emerging tools and practices to streamline everyone's efforts and maximize these results. Two, leadership development. This requires you to identify key performers on your team and equip them with valuable skills and knowledge so they may progress to a leadership role within the company in the future. Some essential abilities and qualities that leaders should have, regardless of industry, include delegation, decision making, communication, and analytical thinking. Therefore, a leadership development program must take into account the employee's strengths and be tailored to their existing know-how and ability, and serve as a structured roadmap of trainings to happen over a predetermined period. Three, quarterly performance check-ins. Though annual and biannual performance reviews are the most common, you could really benefit from having more frequent check-ins with your team members regarding their output to ensure your team is on track to meet their more short-term objectives. At the same time, the more frequent a manager's communication is with their team members, the more that relationship can be strengthened and the more encouraged employees will feel to bring up any issues too, which leads to number four, open door policy. A policy like this encourages communication and tells your employees that you consider their time to be as valuable as yours. By signaling to them that you can be approached and are willing to provide a listening ear no matter their seniority or background, you are treating them fairly and with respect and making them feel like an important part of the team. How do you How do you determine the success of an HR strategy and maintain it? When an HR strategy is working, this will be reflected both in the metrics that are used to determine company success. For example, growth in revenue, as well as employee morale and commitment. Depending on the objectives of the HR strategy that's been implemented, HR leaders will typically assess the following parameters to determine the plan's results. Employee satisfaction. When a strategy is successful or not, you'll be able to see it in your employees. Their level of satisfaction can be determined through surveys, exit interviews, and simply observing the workplace. Employee engagement. Similar to employee satisfaction, employee engagement can be gauged through surveys as well as the monitoring of employee productivity and your company's absenteeism rate. Employee turnover. A high voluntary turnover rate should always signal to the HR department that something must change immediately, especially when it's your best performers that are leaving. Some key takeaways. Any successful human resource strategy must align with the business's overall business strategy, thus preserving employee well-being while also helping leaders achieve their business goals. To summarize what we've talked about, HR strategies can be divided into categories like employee compensation and benefits, team communication, performance management, and corporate social responsibility. Conducting a gap analysis is a crucial part in creating HR processes as it can highlight areas within the organization's policies that don't align with its business's goals and needs. So we've come to the end. I know Jonathan had mentioned this earlier in terms of following the business pages, but if you have any questions in the future, or even now, you can let me know. But we've
All right, Natalia Wilson, you can go ahead and unmute and ask a question.
Hi, hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. So I've just started and I will have registered. I'm waiting for approval from company's office at Jamaica. What I want to know is when it is that you've just started a business, how do you recommend having an HR personnel? How do you recommend going about just starting? That's what I would like to know. Any guidance or any feedback that you can assist with?
Okay, sure. Is it a sole trader or is it a limited liability structure?
Really and truly, currently it's a sole trader, but I've registered as a limited liability because
Okay.
want it to branch out. So currently, I'm the only one in charge of everything, but I do want it to reach a point where I have multiple locations around the island.
Okay, sounds good. So what I would recommend firstly is to document everything. If you have like a Google Drive, so in terms of your expenses, your income, all of that to document. It depends. In the future, hopefully, if you want to have employees, you'll still need to document information like TRN, which is that you want to do background checks, that type of thing. You definitely need to document everything. That's the most recommended the best recommendation I can give, especially if it's a one-man show to document everything. And if it is that you work otherwise, if you're balancing, that and a 9 to 5, it may become tedious. So if it's even 1 hour for the day that you can sit to say, all right, let me see what I did today. And especially have a to-do list because we're humans, we're gonna forget things. So have that list just to constantly to remind yourself to document everything, basically.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate this entire thing. Thanks so much.
No problem.
So at this time, Miss Jones, just real quick, we would like to ask you to speak a little bit more about your business, because we know that your business, it does help other companies with their human resource management among several other services. So just tell the audience about your business and then we can wrap up this webinar.
Okay, sure, no problem. So the name of the business, SJ Business and More. We currently offer services as it relates to registration of businesses, limited liability or sole trader, TCC renewals. We also do property tax and traffic ticket payments online, filing of self-employed persons' taxes. In the future, we hope to add additional services. We also do payroll for at least 5 to 10 persons currently. I'm going to also share the website in the chat so persons can have a look and remember to follow on the business pages on Instagram and Facebook. And just a perk, if it is that you join the webinar today, and if you want to in the future do business with SJ Business and More, I'm going to share a discount code in the chat so you can just have that for future use. And thanks again, everyone, for joining.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Miss Jones, for this very informative webinar. It was a lot of information, and we really appreciate coming on and sharing that information with everyone. And we look forward to working with you on future endeavors.